Hey guys, I'm Ray.
And I'm Jason.
And we are currently starting our 1,000-mile drive back west-ish. Our destination is going to be
Medora, North Dakota.
Okay.
Which is right outside Theodore Roosevelt National Park.
So we're gonna do some boondocking there. The plan on getting there is we're hoping to reach Fargo tonight. We are leaving from Wisconsin Dells. This last week, by the way, was a total wash. And I mean, like, sometimes that happens in RV life, especially when you're still working full time, a lot going on. So we couldn't really get out and explore. So that happens. Tonight's goal is to reach Fargo, and then tomorrow's goal is to reach Medora, where we're gonna stay in a campground for one night so then we can go in the morning and scout our boondocking location before bringing the RV. We did just do a cross-country trip from Reno to Elkhart, Indiana. I don't really want this vlog like kind of following that, but you are gonna come along on our journey, but I'm probably not gonna show you too much of the drive or any like tips and tricks as we drive. If you want to see that kind of stuff, I'll link our other cross-country drive. So, ready?
So, let's get on the road.
Yeah.
Welcome to Minnesota.
Hi, this is Becca. How may I help you?
Hi, Becca. I just wanted to see if you allowed overnight parking for RVs.
Yeah, we do. Is it just going to be one night?
Yeah, just one night. And I don't think we'll get there for a couple more hours.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, is there anywhere specific you would like us to park?
I think they just asked kind of like more to the back or even on the side where it says like lawn and garden. Because after 10 p.m. only our grocery side doors are open.
Okay, perfect. We'll check that out when we get there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Alright guys, so we made it to Walmart. So this is now officially going to be our second Walmart parking lot experience ever.
And where is this Walmart?
Fargo. I forgot where we were for a second.
Fargo.
Fargo! Yes, so we are in Fargo, North Dakota, and this Walmart experience is already 10 times better than our first Walmart experience, simply because we got to pull up right next to grass, which was not an option in the other Walmart that we stayed at. It was a very high traffic RV and truckers in and out like all night.
But
yeah.
Here we're off in the back. I haven't seen a car drive by.
No, not since we've been here.
Yeah.
So anyway, we drove a little over 450 miles today in, I think it was a little over 8 hours. Jason drove the whole way, so good job.
Yeah, thanks. I know. We were so focused on the road and listening to this podcast that the gas light went on like as we were pulling into Fargo.
It actually worked out perfectly because the light went on right when we were getting off the freeway and there was a Flying J, so we just popped right in, filled up, so we are actually ready to go for tomorrow morning. We don't have to find fuel or anything.
Yeah, perfect.
We're probably just gonna figure out a dinner situation and chill out, because even though the sun's still up, bedtime is still in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we will probably just catch you in the morning. Good morning, guys. So we are all ready to hit the road. Getting ready to go is a lot simpler when you don't unhitch and you don't have any water, electric, sewer to set up.
We did want to talk about our night's sleep here compared to the last one, and I think it was great. And then this Walmart specifically is probably the nicest Walmart we've ever been to. I don't know what it was, but like just looking at everything, it was like nice and clean and set up, and it wasn't crowded.
Yes, yeah, like the produce section just looked really fresh. So yeah, we were bummed that we actually did our grocery shopping yesterday because we thought that we wouldn't have a good grocery store option where we're gonna be boondocking. So breakfast is in the car, lunch is in the fridge. So today should be a very smooth driving day because, as you can see, it is a beautiful day here. So we dropped off the RV at a campground nearby. Actually looks really nice. Sort of staying for the night. We are now on the road to scout the boondocking spot that we want to spend the week at. And so far, been an easy drive. So it turns into a dirt road, and it is like a little bumpy, but I mean, it's not bad at all. How long is the dirt road?
We got another 0.4 miles.
Okay, so and I think we've only been like
half a mile. It was like 1.2 miles from the paved to the spot.
Okay, perfect. So, was that it?
Yeah, it says
to turn?
Right.
Oh, okay. All right, so then that's where we're trying to go. So the road definitely does get a little bit smaller up there.
I think it's at the top of that.
Okay. All right. Well, I still think our independent suspension can easily handle that.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll check in with you when we get to the top of the hill. Oh, it looks a little muddy right here. Guys. So we got to the top of the boondocking spot and there was already someone there, and it really only looked like it could fit one RV. So yeah.
Yeah, in the pictures it showed like a bigger area that you could fit multiple RVs, and we could at the top of the mountain there, you probably could, but it's just so overgrown.
Yeah, severely overgrown. And by the way, we were halfway expecting that. Like, we didn't really know what to expect when we got to the top of the hill, because when you look at the pictures on Campendium, they show this great big open field, but then the latest review said, unless I have the wrong spot, I went to the GPS coordinates and there's one pullout for one RV, and there was already someone there. So we felt like if we parked there, we would have been right on top of each other, even worse than a campground. So we encountered the exact same thing. We left and we started weighing our options, and what we did do is we went to the front and we asked to extend our stay. They could only fit us in one more night here, so we're gonna stay tonight and tomorrow night. We're still not sure if we even want to go back up there and try and boondock up there, simply because we also checked the weather. The weather for the rest of the week is going to stay in the high 80s, and then on top of it, it says there's gonna be a large thunderstorm all throughout Tuesday. So
don't know if the top of a bluff is the best place to be with nothing else around in a thunderstorm.
I think it's really important to listen to your gut when you're RVing, because it can kind of save you from situations. You kind of already know once you start making a different decision, or you're like, you know what, I'm just not gonna do that. You already feel better, and that's how I feel with this. That is something I'm learning when you want to go boondocking, is you have to be flexible, especially with a big rig. If you've never been to the area and you can only base your guesses off of 5 or 6 pictures, you really have to be flexible and definitely scout. I think that's the one thing we've learned. We've only been boondocking twice, but that is my #1 rule now, is scout your location, because there was nowhere to turn around up there if
Even
we
in the
did
truck.
have the rig. Yeah, even in the truck, it was very difficult to turn around.
We had to back up. We tried to like go further up the 2-track to see if there was anything else further, and we just saw it go off into the distance with no turnouts. So I ended up backing like half a mile back in the truck just to get back to that turnout where the RV was. Don't want to do that in the RV, so yeah, always scout and have a plan B.
Yeah.
So for us, that's why we stayed here for the night, so we could scout, and our plan B is there's plenty of other boondocking sites down the road.
And this is the world that we did want to start diving into, so we're trying to teach you these lessons right as we learn them when they're still fresh in our minds, because even now, 2 years after RVing, newbies ask us like, hey, any advice, any tips? We're already kind of forgetting like what were our biggest pain points when we started RVing, what were our biggest fears, because all that stuff is 2 years ago.
Yeah, second nature
crazy
to us now, like things that we don't think about, you just do them because you've already learned your lesson, and it's just something that you
and you
don't
just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we're trying to share these lessons learned with you in the moment, in real time, when it feels super important to us, but I can guarantee you 2 years from now, we'll be like, what was the big deal? So, in summary, always listen to your gut, always scout a site first, and have a plan B. So, I guess you could come to Theodore Roosevelt National Park with us. So we stopped at the visitor center, talked to the ranger, got the suggestions of what we can do today and tomorrow. So this national park is actually kind of convenient in the sense, well, it's convenient and not convenient. So normally it's like a 36-mile loop. You
Driving
can stop, yeah, at overlooks and hiking trails and everything like that. However, right now there's a 4-mile stretch that is closed. So you can go 32 miles and then you have to go all the way back 32 miles. But that's okay because it's beautiful scenery the whole time. So we're currently at a place called Buck Hill.
Yeah.
And it's the only place in the park where you can get 360 panoramic views of the entire park, which it's absolutely gorgeous up here. I know that the video is not going to be anything compared to what this place looks like in real life.
And that's why you have to get up here and experience it yourself.
Yes, absolutely. This area, it's gonna be a little blown out with the sun, but all this grassland behind us here is original prairie, meaning it's never been plowed.
Yeah, and they said that's rare. Like 70% of the grasslands have been destroyed, and it's the second most diverse biome, as in like type of environment, right behind rainforests, but they're also the least protected because people don't care about grasslands. So you should add it to your bucket list.
Yes, absolutely. We've also seen wild horses. We saw a rattlesnake crossing the road too. That's right.
Yeah.
And we saw one bison. You know, the ranger said it's very, very hot today, so it's harder to see them in the afternoon. So we're just thankful we saw one, and fingers crossed we'll see more tomorrow.
All right.
Well,
so
I'm really, really glad we aren't up in that boondocking spot right now.
Yeah, our RV is shaking. It's probably the most I think it's ever shook from the wind. It's actually pretty terrifying. It's 11:20.
Came on so fast.
Yeah,
we were just laying here on our phones, like getting ready to go to bed, and then all of a sudden the RV just started shaking, and you hear the rain.
We didn't know what it was, honestly.
No, we didn't. We were like really quiet, starting to listen.
I don't think that's rain. That's just the wind. Yeah, it's not raining yet. Anyway, so it's windy. It's shaking our RV. And like you just see thunder or lightning in the background, and so we're so glad that we're not at that boondocking site.
Yes. I pulled up the storm app to see what the heck's going on, and like for where we are, there's a severe thunderstorm warning, and it says expect winds 70 and higher.
We're gonna be in for a wild couple of hours. I think.
I know. We're debating on bringing in the slides, but I don't know if we're at that point just yet.
And it just sucks because the wind seems to be coming from like full side versus
our door side.
Yeah, our door side versus
our cap,
which we usually like, but and our panels are on the roof, but I guess they've been through 70-mile-an-hour winds so far.
Down the road,
yeah. Well, we'll see. All right. Well, if you see this video, we've survived.
We're gonna survive. My goodness.
I don't know. This is scary.
Oh, you don't know? You think we're gonna die? You don't think we're gonna
Have you ever been through a North Dakota thunderstorm?
Even if the RV tipped over, we would still live. It's not a tornado. Don't. Really?
Okay, we're gonna sit here and look out the window
and try not and die, apparently.
Yeah, so this is what we're gonna be doing for the next 3 hours. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
What?
The lightning just lit up the entire sky.
All right.
The entire sky. Good morning, guys. So we obviously made it through the night. I'm pretty tired though, and so is Jason. He still had to get up even earlier. The more we move west, the earlier he has to get up for work because he still works East Coast hours. So we officially yesterday crossed over into mountain time. So that's just 1 more hour lost for him. He's on a call right now. Before he jumped on that call, we were discussing what we wanted to do, because last night was not fun for us, but we were looking at the storm app, and tomorrow it's supposed to thunderstorm all day, which normally wouldn't be a big deal, except if you recall, we extended our stay in this RV park 1 more night. So we were supposed to leave tomorrow, the day it's supposed to be thunderstorming all day with high winds. So that is not conditions you want to drive in. We would have extended our stay even further, except they didn't have availability. So we decided that we wanted to keep moving and probably not be in a boondocking spot, because it's just a little nerve-wracking already to boondock when we're not experienced in it. And anyway, so to make a long story short, we started looking online. They did find a campground that is on our way to Glacier, because that is our next destination, and it had availability. So I got the last pull-through site, and it has natural hot springs. So I'm so excited about that. Right when I saw they had natural hot springs, I was like, yes, done, booked, let's go. That is where we'll be spending the next 5 days. And then I walked up to the front office here and I said, hi, yeah, remember me from yesterday, the one who extended her stay a day? Well, cancel that. And I asked if it was possible to give us a refund, and they did. So I think that's a very, very nice of them to do that for us, because I feel like it's easy to extend your stay if they have availability, but sometimes it's hard to shorten your stay in regards to getting a refund, or some places at least have fees, like a $10, $15 fee if you cancel. So they didn't charge us a fee or anything. She was really understanding. I have now hurried back to the RV, and I'm quickly trying to get the RV ready while Jason wraps up his call, so we can, once he gets off, hit the road as soon as possible, because this other place is I think about 200 miles away, and they had like last check-in at 6 p.m. so we're gonna try and get there before 6 p.m. which shouldn't be a problem if everything goes okay, but we do have to hit the road soon so we can make it there in time. Alright, so we made it to our plan C yesterday. Pretty easy drive for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Ended up being about 260 miles. I think I originally thought it was around 200 or something, but not bad, good weather, so I'm really glad we left yesterday because the weather today is not great, which we knew. But last night there was another thunderstorm that woke us up, but thankfully it only lasted about an hour, I think.
Yeah, it knocked out the power for a little bit.
Oh yeah, but we didn't know, we didn't notice it in the RV because our batteries took over immediately. So, you know, any lights that we had on in the house from being up, we had no idea, like those didn't go out. And I did see like an RV across the way and like their lights went out. So anyway, I wanted to show you something because I thought this was kind of funny. So we are going through a thunderstorm right now. You probably heard the rain, but out this window is clear blue skies, and then you go over to this window and it's dark, gloomy thunderstorms. So, and then obviously there's the difference. So it's just passing over us right now, and that is your typical North Dakota weather, we've learned. But it has been a wild ride to go somewhere and feel safe. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention is telling Jason that, because I've had this idea ever since, well, it's not an idea, it's something every RVer should have, and it's an emergency kit. And we have a very like mild one because I started putting something together after last year when I was caught in Tennessee by myself, and there was a tornado. Whatever the more mild one is, I can never watch. Yeah, there was a tornado watch, and that like really scared me because I was doing exactly what we did 2 nights ago of running around the house, getting the dog ready, like grabbing extra clothes, grabbing like everything I thought I would need to run to the shelter with. And it's just flat out stupid to not have an emergency kit.
You won't always have the time to run around and grab everything. Yeah, like thankfully both of those situations, the one I was in by myself and the one we were in together just 2 nights ago, it worked out fine. We didn't have to leave the RV. You know, knock on wood, everything was okay, but it just put it in my head yesterday, like I was just kicking myself that I didn't finish that emergency kit that I started putting together. Yeah, I just think at this point it is stupid for us not to have one, and for other RVers that are traveling around the country to not have an emergency kit. So there you go. I'll step off my soapbox on that one. It's always good to have a plan B, and ours in this video turned into a plan C because the boondocking didn't work out, and then extending our stay didn't work out. So I'm happy to be here though. I'm happy to get in those hot springs soon. Oh, and if you're wondering how Carmen is doing through all of this, she's actually doing really well. So I know people like updates on her, so she's not scared of the loud noises. She's doesn't, like last night with the thunderstorm, she didn't even wake up. Like
she doesn't care. So she's good through all of this, and I think the only time I've ever seen her kind of look a little anxious is when we're anxious. So I do think she feeds off our energy a little bit. So
yeah, she used us being up and about last night looking at the thunderstorm to seize more of the bed.
Yes, so she did take more of the
She really stretched out.
I think the rain has finally stopped here, and the thunder sounds like it's getting further away, so hopefully we can start filming the other videos we got to get done today and get back to work. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join our Getaway gang, because we'd love to have you. We'll see you next time. Bye guys. And we are currently heading off on a nope, wrong. This last week, by the way, was a total...
Yeah.
What's this place called?
Buck Hill.
You don't have to say it like that. Okay.
That was what my parents were gonna name me.
Buck?
It was a coin toss. My dad wanted to name me Buck. My mom wanted Jason. They literally...
So glad your mom won. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Is original... Oh, where's the shadow coming from?
Your hat.
Oh.